Welcome again to Lesson 2 of ILF Essentials. In this video, we will pick 3 of the 9 design principles for impact-linked finance and give you simple examples how they are applied in practice. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to first, understand what makes an effective ILF design, and second, grasp how ILLs and sinks work and what are their benefits for everyone involved. Ready? Let's get started. In the last lesson, we discovered what ILF is, why it makes sense, and what makes it unique. Now, we will dive deeper into the design principles and practical application of ILF together. First, let's take a step back and look at the evolution of ILF. ILF was inspired by 3 practices: results-based finance, impact investing, and blended finance. ILF sits at the intersection of these practices and shares some similarities with each one of them. After piloting SYNC in 2016, Roots of Impact worked with the Boston Consulting Group, BCG, and the BCG Henderson Institute in 2019 to further define the ILF concept and its design principles. Over time, more ILF instruments were developed, such as impact-linked revenue share agreements or impact-linked equity. This demonstrated that impact-linked finance can be done with any type of financial instrument. Another novelty was that Roots of Impact and BCG laid the groundwork for the design principles that guide ILF. These principles ensure that ILF instruments are used effectively and efficiently. There are 9 design principles in total, but today we'll only focus on 3 key principles. The first design principle that we'll explore focuses on providing incentives to the value creator. In ILF, the enterprise is the one that creates the social value, so it's also the enterprise that receives the financial rewards. This is a major difference to other finance approaches where it is often the investor who benefits. By rewarding the enterprise, ILF is directly empowering it to drive and optimize its impact performance. For example, imagine a business in East Africa distributing off-grid energy products to rural communities. If the enterprise is rewarded for serving these communities, it can innovate its product delivery, reach more people, and make its products more affordable. This creates more social impact while also benefiting the enterprise. The next key design principle of ILF is focus on outcomes, not outputs. ILF is all about driving real impact. To do that, it focuses on outcomes, not just outputs. So what's the difference? Outcomes are the real changes in people's well-being or the environment. Outputs, however, are only the immediate results, such as the number of people who attended a training or the number of units of a product sold. For example, if you want to improve education in Southern Africa, you'd measure the improvement in student test scores, not just the number of students taking the exam. Finally, the third key design principle of ILF is ensure impact additionality. This principle is vital to achieve that incentives lead to more impact than would have happened anyway. It's about making sure the enterprise is driven to achieve additional, better, or faster outcomes. For instance, let's say there's a healthcare enterprise in India that's considering expanding from treatment to include prevention services. If they're unsure about the financial viability of this expansion, incentives can help them take that step. This creates additional impact that wouldn't have happened otherwise. Let's recap the design principles. To sum it up, ILF focuses on: first, directly rewarding the enterprise that creates the impact. Second, measuring outcomes rather than just outputs to create real long-term changes. And third, ensuring additional impact that wouldn't have happened without the incentive. Are you ready for our next chapter in Lesson 2? After understanding 3 key design principles, we will now dive into SYNC, how it works, who is involved, and how the different stakeholders benefit, based on an exciting case in the wash sector. Join us.